Today's video, we are going to be talking about the 7 mistakes that first-time homebuyers make and how you can avoid them. What's up, guys? It's Nathaniel Terryberry with Terryberry Real Estate Group. So today we're going to be looking over the 7 first-time homebuyer mistakes and how you can avoid them. But before we can even begin to go into that, I need you to smash that like button, give us a good thumbs up, show us some love. We really appreciate it. So jumping into the first one here, this one gets a lot of buyers off the bat because they're not thinking about it, especially with loans and car payments and credit card debt, etc. But that is buying a home when you have debt. So what's that going to do? Basically, you're not going to be able to qualify for as much. And if you do qualify, your monthly payments with that debt is going to leave you with not a lot of money to play with in the meantime to enjoy your house and enjoy your life. So number one thing that people always forget is to just pay off all their debt. I know it's hard. I know people need a car or you still got student loans, but before you even think about buying a home, try and at least minimize your debt from where it is at now. If you're debt free, perfect. But our steps for buying a home when you don't have debt would be: number 1, pay off your credit card. Number 2, pay off student loans. Number 3, pay off your car, and then stay on top of bills and invoices every single month. So you're not letting it go over. It's not affecting your credit score. Same thing with continuing to pay off your credit card continuously so that as soon as you pay it, as soon as you buy something, you pay it off and you don't have it sitting there accruing interest over time and therefore your credit score going down, and that then affects your ability to borrow money. So it is all interlaced. So if you can take care of your debt first, you will be way better off in the long run. Number 2, this one I see all too often of people not getting approved. They go in, they're looking at $500,000 houses, and then they go to write an offer and it turns out they can only afford $400,000. So pretty big deal. Definitely go get pre-approved first. Talk to a bank, talk to a mortgage broker, see what you can actually afford, get it in writing so that you know this is what I can afford, because that's the last thing you want to do is fall in love with something and then be able to afford something not even half as good. So number 2 mistake, definitely not getting pre-approved. We see it all the time. So please go speak to a bank or mortgage broker. Number 3, I know a lot of people think that maybe you don't need your own realtor and you can do it by yourself. I highly recommend, especially when you're buying, to use a realtor because it is paid for by the seller. The seller pays the buying realtor fees and the selling realtor fees, so it's at no cost to you. I know a lot of people will think, oh, I'll just go with the list realtor. Maybe they'll get me a better deal because then they're on both ends. 9 times out of 10, that doesn't happen. And when it does, they might save you a little bit on the commission, but you're going to end up spending more on the house. Because remember, the realtor is hired by the sellers to get them the best price, and they cannot get you the best price if they're getting everyone the best price. What you want is your own realtor. They're going to be able to help you out, someone that you know, like, and trust. So make sure you get your own realtor. You will save so much money in the long run because they're going to get you a better deal. They're going to be looking out for your best interests. Number 4, focusing on style over structure. So what that means is so many people are always walking to a house and they'll see something like the paint or the wallpaper or the carpets and they go, this is not the house for me. But that is all style. That is easily changeable stuff. What you want to focus on is the structure, what you cannot change. So the location, the layout, the amount of bedrooms, etc. Always focus on stuff that you can't change. That would be a deal breaker, not if a room is bright pink or has terrible shag carpet. This trips up a lot of people, especially when you're a first-time home buyer. You really want everything to be perfect, but this is one thing I want you to really focus on is structure over style. So what I always tell my first-time home buyers is you're basically going to build it like a funnel. So you have all your wants and your needs, and as you go and see more properties, you'll kind of figure out what you do and don't want, what you still like. Maybe you see something that you now want, or you realize, you know what, that actually isn't for us. So you're going to build it into a funnel, and eventually you're going to be left with your few options. And as soon as a house that comes around matches all that criteria, then you're going to be on it. Okay, number 5. So getting the wrong mortgage. Lots of people just think, well, they just give me money and I pay them back every month and that's just how it is. Well, there are different types of mortgages. There's different amounts of time and rates and all sorts of things. I won't talk on it too much because I'm not a mortgage broker, so I don't want to sound silly. But there are a bunch of different mortgages out there. I would recommend you go talk to a mortgage broker because they have access to so many different mortgages and they'll be able to get you the right plan for you. Because especially with a mortgage, when it can last so long, you really don't want to be tied up in something that is not going to work for you and your life. So definitely make sure you go talk to someone that is very experienced in mortgages and will get you the best plan for you. Number 6, this one, if you don't listen to anything else I say, please listen to this. Number 6, getting a home without a home inspection is possibly the worst thing you can do. Usually a home inspection will run from about $300 to $600 depending on the size and the type of property you are looking at buying. But what a home inspector is going to do, they're like a general doctor. They're going to go through the house and give it a checkup, see what you might need to come back for in a few months or what needs to be tended to right away. So they're not a surgeon. They're not going to cut open walls and check in every single place, but a home inspector is going to give it a really thorough examination, and then you can make a decision from there. So the worst thing you could do is if you don't get one, you move into a house, you find out the foundation's cracked or the whole roof needs to be replaced or there's no insulation in the walls or something, and then you have tens of thousands of dollars in bills and you just moved in. So 100%, if you do not listen to anything else, please spend the money, get a home inspection. It is 100% worth it. $500 now saves you $50,000 down the line. Number 7, forgetting about closing costs, insurance, lawyer fees, all that sort of stuff. So when you're going to buy a home, you do need a lawyer. A lawyer typically ranges from about $1,000 to $1,500 on a purchase. And you're also going to need some closing costs for insurance, title insurance, and just moving because you want to get your stuff over there. So lots of people forget about it. This is not your down payment amount, but you definitely need to have some closing costs saved up. So I'd say usually around $3,000 to $4,000 extra, not your down payment, not an emergency fund or anything like that. Just make sure you have that cash on the side, ready to go so you can pay all your closing costs and actually get the home, because even if you qualify for everything and then all of a sudden you can't pay the lawyer, you can't move your stuff out, you can't pay for home insurance, you can't pay for the title insurance, then that's not going to be a good situation, is it? So definitely make sure you put away another $3,000 to $4,000 just to make sure you're covered. Typically lower than that, but we just want to make sure that you do have enough in the bank. And that's it. That is our 7 mistakes first-time home buyers make and how you can avoid them. So I'm going to put the link to the ebook down below so you can download it, print it off, take it with you, and ensure that you are not making the same mistakes that others have made, and it will make your whole buying process go a lot smoother. So before you guys leave, click that subscribe button. We have lots of more great content coming out on the channel, and we really appreciate you joining us. Have a good one. Take care, and we'll see you next time.